think I'm on the wrong side. I am on the wrong side. This way. All right. First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird, and our company goes under ILEG technology screens. The technology we have developed has a different name to it. So, not to make things too confusing, that we have a company's name under ILG technology screens, yes. But the product we're developing is a TV technology. So since we're doing a lot of this, we might as name the channel what we're going to be researching. So our research technology is ILEG, infusion light energy gain, and that is technology. No, make sure I got that right. I can butcher the daylights out of this name on so many levels. It's not even funny. And whoever gave me the name, I still can't seem to say this thing correctly. Oh my goodness, ILEG. My goodness, Bird. How do you not know your own freaking company, your technology's name? I don't know. I'm always baffled with this. I can remember ILEG technology screens. The abbreviation for our technology comes with its name. It has a cool design to it. ILEG. Vision Tech TV projection screens. Vision Tech TV projection screens. Gotta remember that. Alright, so we're doing some testing, and the testing we're doing and figuring out exactly, sorry about that, the lumen count required to run off a table in a commercial environment. So far, what we found out is that the 50 lumens run perfectly. That's a 50 lumen running to a PS4. That is the QME on that side. And then on the far end, that is my regular PC monitor on that side. And it's just as bright as the monitors, even with the low caliber projectors. Because again, I don't want anything big and bulky on the table. I don't want big heavy projectors on the table. Number one, they're noisy. Even if you put them in eco mode, they're still noisy, and they generate tons of heat. And we want something that doesn't generate hardly any heat at all. And the portable projectors are perfect for this. On top of that, the Flex has multiple applications. One of the applications with the Flex is the fact that we can use it for like, which is the mouse for this one? We can use it for, I'm trying to figure what's going on here. Yeah, we're still watching. Thank you. We can use it for all different kinds of applications for PC, visual effects, special effects, all kinds of stuff, mapping, stuff like that. So that's other different forms of it. And one of the things I wanted to do is get it to operate off a desk. Now, I've done this in the garage. I've done this in the garage at 50 lumens with no problem, but this is a completely different area than the garage. This area is super well lit in here, so the fact that we're able to get it to run is fantastic. So I'm still messing around and seeing what we can do with this. I should have hooked my work PC up to this. Quite frankly, I am going to replace my screen I have over here with this technology because it's brighter, the colors are better, and it's much more advanced. Let me see. It was blowing me up on Facebook. Let's see. Oh, it's about the new. Oh, we launched. Okay, cool. I showed this off on Facebook for gamers, and they're asking now what size we're going to make these screens, how big are they going to be, can we curve them? We told them about the screen that we can actually size to their desk that has a tabletop screen and full wraparound screen at the same time. Oh, they love that right there. I like when I get the emoji from, not the emoji, the Futurama where the guy says, take my money. Yeah, them things are going to be beautiful. They're going to be beautiful. Full wrap around your desk screen. And keep in mind, the top of your screen is actually a projection screen. So you can project off your system. So it's going to be pretty cool. But right now, what I'm seeing here with this, man, I can basically run anything I can want to run off my PC right on here with no problem whatsoever. Taco's making biscuits. He's always making biscuits. Let me see. The colors on here are absolutely amazing. Look at the colors. The colors on here are incredible. Probably roughly, I'm going to go with a 12 by 18 surface. A 12 by 18 surface would be fantastic in portrait mode. I can do portrait mode on this projector easy. Definitely going to have to build a stand for it, because I can see that the vent system is, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to have to build a stand for it, because the vent system is, the vent system is on the side that would need to tilt it up. So we have to build a stand for it. That's not hard to do. I do want to do a portrait mode on this old lady. I'm going to do one in portrait, and I'm going to do the other one in, sorry about that. One in portrait and the other one in landscape. So the research is going well, testing's going well. It's working out quite nicely. Let me see. I'm trying to get it out. Oh, come on, maybe nice. There we go. Now this one over here hooked up to the PlayStation system. I have this running through our 50 lumen projector. Reload. This is a pretty nice one. I like this one right here. Usually you gotta be careful of these visuals, because sometimes they have some pretty creepy stuff popping out of there. But that's actually a pretty good one. Can I get my sound up on this? So yeah, after what I've seen in the last couple of hours, I'm definitely replacing my my setup. Well, actually, I only have one monitor on the table. I had two of them, but oh no. Are we going to the right place? No, I ain't going out there. Heck no. Oh, it's taken apart in that section. Let me see. I think we got shotguns on this one. I'm not sure. This is on the PlayStation. At 50 lumens. I don't want me expanding this screen size bigger. Let me see. I'm good. They can't attack me until I actually move. So, what I like about the Acumi over the Sonic is that the Acumi has a good menu. The menu in there allows you to reverse the projector, which is very important, because if we take this and we put this behind the back of that, the problem is we can't reverse it. It stays in mirror mode. So it's the opposite way around. The letters switched around. that doesn't have an option to allow you to be able to switch the projector from front view, ceiling view. It doesn't allow you to do it. Or rear view. It won't allow you to do rear view on its projector. So that's another problem I have with this. This projector, the Qme, has all the options you have in your projector in here. That's one of the things I noticed when you buy Pico projectors. Some will have the menus that allow you to be able to manipulate your projector like the regular big boy projector, and some won't. The Qmes do. That's why I like them. So if I want to do some rear projection, I can switch this out rear projection, whatever I want to do, back and forth. And again, like I said, it's smaller. Some have battery packs. I saw the battery pack unit that goes with this thing. It's pretty cool. So I'm definitely going to be picking that up. That eliminates me basically carrying around a whole battery unit now. So I can just basically just have a little battery pack that fits in the back of this one. Will charge this up and allows us to run independently. It's kind of like running it off one of those great big huge giant, not giant, but it's like the battery, little battery cells you get to plug in for your cell phone. It's the same thing, but it connects on the bottom of this. I just saw one on eBay. I'm picking it up for this. So that makes it completely portable now. What else is that we have for what I like about it? Yeah, all the different peripherals on the back. I like the fact that I can plug my flash drive in there, download a couple of demos, and show them off without basically worrying about Wi-Fi or anything whatsoever. This I would have to worry about Wi-Fi because I can't run that due to the fact that the USBs are not used for that. The USBs are used for something completely different, but they're not used for basically uploading anything off your USB. This will load things off my SD card, USB, the whole nine. You know, you're not going to run anything off that. So I do like that, the fact that the projector does all that. So the Qme, I'm definitely going to be picking up 2 more of these because, again, I freaking love the projector. I had one of these way back in the day, around maybe 10 years ago. I had a Qme projector. It was a black one. This one time I got a white one. I got the changeable covers on them, too. I would like to change my cover on the top because that white, I'm definitely going to get that dirty. But anyway, with that being said, yeah, I'm definitely going to be using the Qme projectors from now on. And on top of that, they're super affordable because I pay under $100 for them. And yeah, the Flex allows me to be able to see the screen crystal clear. These are going to be our gaming screens. Oh, is that ammo? Or did I get... Someone's coming toward me? Oh. Stay down. Now this is a portable screen system we're working on. Oh, there's the gun. I'll be taking that. Take that. That'll allow you to hook it up to your game system on your oh, hold on for a minute, killing something here. Hook it up to your game system, PC, whatever you want, or you can just set it up on your desk, portable, easy to take anywhere, and they operate on projectors that are, woo! Didn't see you there, did I? Down. They operate on low lumen projectors. All of y'all in here today. Oh, what's coming up behind me? Nothing. There we go. Oh! Who just shot me? Where did you come from? Get down. Oh. I start meleeing you, joker. Oh, where you at? I'm trapped. Oh! Where's he? He's on the ground somewhere. Oh! You gotta be kidding me. I was halfway through that before he murdered me. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, they're feasting off me like Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, I'm definitely doing that again. So yeah, we got another size we're going to be doing, which is 12 by 18. So we're going to be doing different sizes as we go along. But they got to stay portable. So I got all different types of sizes people are requesting. Where's that shotgun at? I think it's in the hallway somewhere. That's in the hallway. There it is. Ah! There we go. Shotgun. Shotgun! Hey, Charles. Don't like your word ethics. Forgot about the scan place going to the wall. Down. Right around the door. How dare you? Let me load up, load up, load up, load up. Oh! How dare you? Alright. Come on. Oh, she gets all kinds of angry. That's some ammo. There's somebody on the floor in here. Alright, I'm almost out here. Ho, 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 ho. Take that! Take that! Meanwhile, we got that screen over there firing off. Got the monitor over there. So we test it against the monitor. So these screens aren't black. They're actually blue. They use a different form of technology. This is a different form of ad tech we're using. I got the black ones coming up next. We're going to be showing those off. Not yet. I actually tweaked them. So now they're at 35%. Alright, where I want to go. Next one here, I should definitely be to travel upstairs on this one. I should have access to that staircase. Oh, you should be to see the difference. The screen behind is black. This is a black screen. These are different. These are blue. You should be to see it from the look at the screen. That they're blue. See that? You can tell. So we're testing color. Changing the screen's color capability. Can it still maintain? Mind you, doing front projection, easy. Doing a screen that transfers light, a little bit more interesting. Ah, crap! I forgot this is the level they give you very little ammo. You get no ammo, so I'll be meleeing it through the whole thing. I think I got some ammo here. Oh shoot! Let me see. Come on, lift up. Okay. No ammo. We're gonna get no ammo in this one. Alright, hopefully I don't die in this. Oh, yep. That's a survival one. You get no ammo in that one. I forgot how to pull out the sickle. I went upstairs. I don't want to get murdered upstairs. Do you want to replace stage? No. I want the basically stage where I got ammo. I think it would be you. What's up here? Would it be you? I don't know. Oh yeah. Okay. We got big toys on this one. Definitely. Wow. The colors on that. I'm swapping out my monitor today because, man, that looks incredible over there. Yeah, I'm done with the monitor. Got a couple more test runs and we should be good to go. Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, watch behind you. See a little faster on this level. Ammo. Whee. Oh, really? Big swing, jump back. Oh, okay. I need some help in here. Don't ask me 2 cents. Oh, come on, really? What's your line? Take that. In the corridor. I thought there was a weapon here at one point. He's behind me. Something hit me. Oh no. Oh, ammo. Right in that corner. This requires multiple rounds. Oh, come on. Gotta get that melee down pat. There we go. Getting too close to him. Tunnel. Oh, what we got here? Oh, heck yeah, shotgun. Yeah, come get some. Any ammo yet? Alright, I know it's there. Hey, Charles. Give me that report. There you go. You're going here somewhere. I knew he was around that corner. I'm out. Okay, so that little problem. Oh, look at it. You can see there. We just came up here. Oh shoot, I'm gonna pick up it. Okay, ammo. That. Okay. That. Trying to get a grenade in there. Oh, it's not gonna go well. I got so much blood leaking out of me. Get this together. Come on, die. We got here anything that's ammo? Just come out of nowhere with this slap. And make sure you stay down. Somebody's breathing. Oh, we don't need ammo yet. Oh, it did not work the way I thought it was going to work out. I have no idea if you're going to reach me from there. Come on, buddy. I'm caught in this situation, I'm doomed. Alright, it's right here. Hey, what do we have here? Oh, I'll take this. I don't like this weapon. Oh wait, no, it works. You know, in the heal for? Shotgun's going backward. He's behind me. Alright, good. Get my shotgun back. She fall? Oh, she's still standing up. Oh, there she is. She did die. In your face. Yeah, if you crawl on the ground, they crawl on the ground with you. Which I like about that. At least they made them smart. I can't stand dumb zombies. Look at this hit. Wow. Oh, something right behind me. Come on, load the gun up for goodness. Come on, I'm forever loading that shotgun up. The only thing I don't like about shotguns is forever to load these things up. All the zombies in there. I got definitely gonna get murdered in that one section. There we go. There we go. Got my survival hit. Oh, we're gonna need a load up for it, right? Oh, we got it. We got it, but we may not have it. Okay, we got it. Sheesh. It would be nice to get automatic, but it wouldn't be realistic. But it would be pretty cool that you can switch over your weapon while the other one loads up. Oh, we can see the level. Yeah, we can move the level. Oh, okay, online tutorial. No. So I think I'm gonna let this play whatever it wants to play, and we'll pop over to this one over here. This is the other one we're doing right now. This is hooked up to the Cumi right there. This is running through. Definitely saving this. This is actually a pretty good one. I can use it on the black screens, but look amazing. Especially in that clear technology over there. If you haven't played this game, you missed a freak out. This is a good game too. Let me get the chest to sound a little bit. It's called A Hat in Time. Really, really good game, man. Really good game. It reminds me a lot of Mario Brothers, but it's really, really good. One of those sleepers where people don't realize how good the game is and just bypass it, which you really shouldn't do. It's a really good game. Alright, let me see. See results, not now. So this allows me to be to see if I can go to just regular sites. I had to do this when I was doing portrait mode. Set my monitor up on portrait. I kind of tilted it up to do it that way. But that way I can get an understanding if I really want to be able to surf the internet and work that way. And definitely liked it. So I'm definitely going to be doing a portrait mode with these projectors right here because I've done one already in the garage to see how to do it. Let's see. Official sites. The screen's crystal clear, nice and bright. I can use this thing literally as my monitor now. Can you see everything crystal clear? Format. You're closer than I am right now. I am way back here. I can see that crystal clear. That allows me to see that I can read everything, no problem. I can see the text crystal clear. That means I can get rid of that now. And the colors are way better, much brighter. Projectors don't run any heat at all whatsoever, which is fantastic. That's why I like the portables better. Here, stop asking me all these questions. Ask me all these questions to begin with. TV? We don't need no freaking TV. We're good. Let's say if we wanted to get a 75 inch, how much money would a 75 inch cost? 75-inch class. Actually, these are not OLEDs, by the way. They're different. These are cheap TVs. So if you want a 75-inch, it'll be $549. That's cheap. That's actually very, very cheap. But it's 75 inches. That's still small in my world. It is much bigger. Which means over here it's 60, 160 or so? Yeah. And the big problem you got, if little Johnny comes in with a metal spoon and smacks your screen, yeah, you're done. You're definitely done. No, with these, you don't have that problem at the end of the day. And you won't be taking this outside. On top of that, conversation has so many times that when you watch a movie, your movies are formatted. You don't actually watch real widescreen. It's not possible on a TV. It's not cut for it. Now, they do make OLEDs in a 16:9 format, but they're super expensive. These regular TVs, they don't do that. Only special TVs have that 16:9, and OLED's got them. These right here, these are the cheaper models. You'll never get that in a 16:9 setup. Especially if you're doing 235.1 at 100 inches, and 106 inches at 113. And people saying, well, we got apps on ours. Big deal. Fire Stick, freaking Apple TV, you name a bunch of them. You plug them in the back of your projector, and boop, you got apps. Same thing, same thing, same thing. Only difference is we can go much bigger. We don't have to actually pay to go bigger. We can go as big as we want because the projectors go from 24 to 300 inches. I already had this conversation in TV sites. I always go there all the time to talk about our technology over there. But yeah, I like the fact that I can see everything crystal clear. All right, let me see. Let's go over to Walmart. I can't remember the last time. Easter, really? I thought Easter had already passed, and the reason why is because stores put out stuff so early it screws up your head. I literally was seeing Valentine's Day, Easter, and what was the other thing? All combined in one. New Year's Eve, all combined in one. Because they put out stuff too early. They don't put it out in the season. They don't put it out in the season, your brain gets screwed. I mean, you're thinking like, wait, did Easter pass already? It didn't pass already. So yeah, we can see the menu, everything. Let me go to my places I like to go to. Let me see. I used to test people's sites on this. I'd be working on their PCs. Let's see if the internet, if the network card is reading. I go to IGN, which is for gaming. If this pulls up, that means their network card was working and all that. Everything's running. Show them at the end of the day. We're going to do a test run. Halo, man. When's the last Halo I played? I know it was on the 360. I know that for a fact. That was the last one I played was on 360. I haven't played any ones after that. Question. When the system's completely converted, everything's all digital. Do you know how many versions of the older discs are going to be floating around? That actually has a plus side to it. To a collector, it has a very high plus side to it. Because if everything converts to solid digital, that means anything on the disc becomes valuable. Because it becomes obsolete, but it depends on what type of disc you're talking about. Something really rare like that, or rare games and stuff like that, they become popular because you can have Nintendo. They don't make Nintendo games anymore, but there's certain types of Nintendo games that are worth a lot of money. Like when you're a kid, the very game that you had, the first Mario that came out, yeah, that game right there is worth quite a lot of money. Certain games are worth a lot of money. Earthbound is another game worth a lot of money. So yeah, they turn around and they make it all digital. It's all 100% digital. All the systems now don't have optical discs. That means the value of a disc goes up because again, it becomes valuable. They don't make them anymore, and there's tons of them everywhere. Like it ain't hard to find these things. Man, I'd get the collecting. I would, because the price is going to drop on them dramatically. They can't sell them. Everything's being digital now. I would collect Final Fantasy. I would get the entire set, mint condition, wrapped. Some really hard ones to get. That's what I would go grab and get. Heck, I'm going shopping. Because you think about it. Think about it. If you were around when the 8-track came out, right? And you collected like the Beatles, all that stuff on 8-tracks, records, all that stuff. So you had records. Let's go back a little farther. Records. So you got the Beatles. You got all the oldies, the good classics at the end of the day. Before the transition went through. Just any idea what your collection would be worth. Because at that particular time, of the Beatles record, I mean, the only way it became a record when you had records became rare that they made one press on it, or maybe 2 presses on that record, or maybe there were only 10,000 that were made. That makes it valuable, but it becomes even more valuable once that particular item is no longer in circulation, and now they transfer it over to a different form of technology, which now makes that extremely valuable. So that would be the time to go in and basically in the middle of the transition, if you know this new form of technology is coming up, that would be the time to start buying stuff up. Because then you'll be sitting back one day with a big collection. All you guys who collected down through town, like, you remember you put things on disc back in the day? Like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I got collections that go back to the Atari 2600, the Odyssey, Neo Geo, old on cartridge. But if I I only got that stuff because I collected all my stuff. But now that I know that everything's going to go into the digital age for gaming, it's like you got a third eye. Like you actually know this is actually going to happen. You're seeing it happen right now. Man, I'd be collecting right now. And that's what I'm thinking about doing right now. That's what I did with the Wii U. When the Wii U was about to go up, man, I bought all this stuff up, man. I bought all the mint condition, packaging, everything. Game Boy, bought this stuff up too. Game Boy Advance, bought that one too. I bought all the wrestlings. The wrestlings were popular. Got all those. So yeah, everything goes over to digital. You know what's going to happen? What they're going to do with all those discs? They're going to send them overseas. Maybe some collectors will get them, get their hands on some of them. Some may end up in landfills, because that's what they use for some of the games. They destroy them. They put them in landfills. That's what happened to Atari. Atari stuff is sitting in a landfill somewhere. Is it landfill or is it ET? I think it's ET. ET was one of the worst games they ever made in their entire life. I know I had it, but I didn't keep it. Like a dummy, I should have kept it. But yep, I'm thinking about that. Because what do you do with all the old technology? Stores have them. What are they going to do with them? They're going to take them off the shelf, probably send it back to the manufacturer, and probably get half, because they're not going to get the full amount. They'll probably get less than that, but at least that's better than something. Try to sell some of it off in a big sale. But that's a huge, massive inventory of discs. They're all over the place. What do you do with that much? They're going to recycle all of it. I guarantee all those games majority of those games are going to be destroyed or recycled, or some are going to end up in some store overseas, and they're going to sell them off. That's where they're going to end up at. But you won't be able to find a disc anywhere. You'll be able to find a few here and there at thrift stores, maybe collectors, and that's it, but that's how it's going to be. Try walking into GameStop and finding a game for a cartridge for the Odyssey system. You can't find that in there. You got to go to special places. You got to go over to eBay and stuff like that. They're out of circulation. That's why. Why they're in circulation and why you can get your hands on them, I don't know. Because you just saw it happen. You literally just saw your future. You just saw the future just flash when you saw a console system, and this is the first time I've ever seen this happen, bring out a brand new system, but the new system that came out didn't have an optical drive on it. They made you pay extra. That's a massive wake-up call to tell you at the end of the day that, hey, these guys are going to invest in digital only. They gave you an option on the PS5. And mind you, the optical on the PS5 was actually more than the digital, which is crazy because the new system that came out that's more expensive than the PS5 didn't come with an optical drive. It came digital, which means that's where they're putting their money at. So it's kind of like knowing the horse that's going to win when you bet on a race. So if you're a collector at the end of the day, I would get to collecting as many of these discs as I possibly can, because again, like I said, what's going to happen is they're putting their money on digital. If they weren't putting their money on digital, that system would have came, the PS Pro would have came with the optical drive on it. They all come with optical drives. When have you ever known Sony, not any Sony console system, to not come with optical? There you go. They're going to put their money on digital. And that means that they're going to stop making, and they had to do it anyway. It's going to happen anyway. And I'll tell you why. For somebody to say it's not going to happen. Number one, the reason why it's going to happen, because they're taking their games and they're sending them over to third parties. So, not to go off topic here, it's easier when it's digital. It's easier to send firmware through to fix a game when it's digital. It's easy to do updates on it when it's digital. That's so much easier to do than a physical copy. A physical copy, they don't all read the same. You can't take PC games and stick them in consoles. They don't read. You can't take console games and stick them in CDs. They don't, PCs, they don't read. The only thing they may read is the music, and that's it. Because I've done this before. I was curious to see what happened. The music plays. You can listen to music. Sometimes they have soundtracks you can listen off games. Rather than that, no. Different format. And this is expensive to transfer a game to another format of disc. Expensive to do. Then you got the casing, you got the artwork, a little, they put booklets inside. I don't know if they do booklets anymore. A little pamphlets inside. All that costs money at the end of the day. It's expensive. But imagine if it's digital. Now you eliminated the case, you eliminated the format, you eliminate all that altogether. And it's easy to transfer your games anywhere you want them to go, because guess what? It's all digital. Much easier to do. And you saw that happen too. You literally saw this happen in front of you. PS5 in standard now. I'm thinking at the end of the day, like, what are they going to do? They built a system with completely all new hardware in it. What are they going to do? Make all separate games? How would it even work? That'd be dumb, because you just have another version of another game, but it's an upgrade version, which means that would waste a ton of money. But if it's digital, no. Because then you have the option to optimize the game if you have a PS5. Which means they don't have to spend any money for any form of extra format disc to run it, or an optical drive to run it, or basically any paying for the casing and all that stuff that costs money. None of that at all, period. Easy. It just pops up and says, you have a PS5 optimized, doop, hit that and your game's all optimized to play on that game system. So if that's the case, that's how easy it's going to be to upgrade a game. Which means the disc is going to go bye-bye. Right there. They just literally just showed you right there and what their plans are. So I'm not saying this in a way like I'm putting down your system at all. I'm saying in a way that this is a huge eye-opener that's telling you you may want to start collecting discs or any kind of rare discs or hard-to-get ones that you can get your hands on that will become hard to get later on in time. You may want to start grabbing them now. Because I've already started mine 2 months ago. I want to start collecting all the really hard ones to get. That's the ones I've been collecting. I'm not going to tell you my product, my lineup, but I got a bunch of them. I got over 1,000. I've been collecting for 2 months. Because I know sooner or later, that's going to become bye-bye. If I had realized this one, the N64, and collected 1,000 of the N64, you know how much? Yeah, and I would have got all the rare ones too, especially all the Mario. I'd have got every single one of them. Smash Brothers, all I would have got them all. Like, I got Metal Gear Solid. I got it mint condition, still wrapped up on the PS1. Because what I got to have of doing is when I buy a game, I buy two. I buy one I'm going to play and one I'm not going to play. But yep, now we get to collecting. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, I'm liking all this. This is popping up nicely. I can read all my text. Everything's cool. Nice and bright. Let me see. Everything reads. Okay. Cool. What do we got here for time? We read my menu. Everything. This is great. This is absolutely great. Nope. I can see everything. Icons, I can see the bottom, everything. I can see it all. What the heck? Why is it every time I'm in the middle of something, a tab pops up with something playing on it? There we go. Alright, perfect. Yeah. I see everything crystal clear. So I'm definitely going to be swapping this, that right there, out for this right here. Alright, now I'm just going to find me a screen, a long screen that goes from one end to the next, to the desk, and has the, whatchamacallits on it. That's what I'm going to need. I want to get that LG off the short throw. Let's see. Let's go with eBay. I want to get those things over and Japan. No, it wouldn't be 8, it's LG. It's not LG. There it is. There it is. There it is. That little projector right there can fit in your hand. It's a small one. It's a really small, ultra short throw projector. But the problem is for me, it's overseas. And that would take a while to get here. But I'm just going to order one anyway. I needed one anyway for work. Because that way we can do ultra short throw displays on the desk without having the big bulky ultra short throw on the table. It's literally so small, I think it fit in your hand. It's small. It's about 500 lumens, which again, that'd be overkill for us. Because again, we have to be at a distance throw on here, and we're at 300 lumens, and that one over there is running at 50 lumens. So yeah, that would not be a problem for us to run 500 lumens on an ultra short throw. That'd be extremely easy because we're sitting right on top of the screen. That's why it would be super easy to do. Whoa, they're battery powered? I didn't know about that. I must have missed that one. Where's this one coming from? Outside United States. Yep, there you gotta go outside United States to get them. Outside United States to get them. Oh, so I'll get one. It's definitely worth it. If I buy one, I'm gonna buy one from a company. Because if I buy one from a company, something goes wrong, they're gonna replace to get me another one. So I'll buy it definitely from a company. Man, this thing is gonna be nice. There's a battery pack on it. I can take that thing on site with me. On top of that, those are fantastic for table displays. We definitely need one because we got to do a table display, and ultra short those are fantastic for that. Okay, that'll definitely work. Let's go to Oh man, it looks so much better, man. The colors here are so better than over here on the monitor. Way better than the monitor. They're much brighter. They're much more vivid. The colors pop higher. Yeah, never going back to the monitor ever again. I gotta go pick me up another projector. I'm gonna get me another Cumi. I'm replacing my monitor with another Cumi. Definitely. Well, let's see. So I'm gonna change my screen size to, these are 12 by 12, so I'm definitely gonna have to change on my screen at least by 12 by 18. Let me see, 12 by 18 inches. 12 by 20 inches. We can get 12 by 20 inches. Let's see, 12 by 18 inches. We don't need 12 inches, but yeah, 12 inches high is actually perfect. By 12 by 18. 12 by 18. It's not much. 12 by 18. This one's 12 by 18. 12 by 18. If we can get 12 by 20, I think 12 by 20 too. 12 by 20 would be nice. 12 by 20. 12 by 18. I have to do a screen size. Do 12 by 18. I'm gonna pick up that ultra short throw. 12 by 18. But I'll do ultra short. I want the ultra short throw for the table. I'll definitely do 12 by 18. Can we put our new looking foam there? There it is, right there. Boom. That's the technology sitting in front of you right now. Right now. Now, for some people are saying, well, what is the title of the project of technology we're working on? That's a category class. So people don't get confused. ILEG Technology Screens is a company. The product line is different. Like you can have Coca-Cola and they make Sprite or something else at the end of the day. It's a different product line. Everything's going to be named Coca-Cola. So something's going to have a different class for this and this and that, but it's all made by that company. That's when people find something different, like this is made by who? Coca-Cola makes this? Really? Like this is their product? There you go, like that. So we have different forms of products under the ILE technology screens, and this is one of the product lines. It's a TV technology, which you're seeing right in front of you. And then we have other versions of it. We have one that we're actually designing for, someone was asking us for golf simulators. They were asking us for micro mesh screens, acoustic screens, inflatable screens, motorized projection screens, wallpaper screens, all that stuff that's going to be developed under this technology. So there's several different versions of it. And each version of it is going to be something different, something new, but it's going to be engineered from the ad tech capabilities. So this one right here is called IOG Vision Tech TV projection screens. It's a lineup of these tile projection screens that we're working on. So we get some people saying, oh, he keeps changing his name. No, you don't understand how companies work. That's the problem. You're illiterate on business. You don't understand how business works at the end of the day. A company can have its name, but it can also make multiple products that are different than the company's name itself. That's how you have something called a product line. And when people sit there and say, oh, no. What's to say on the website? What it says on the website is what it says on the website. What we make is different than what we make on the website. We have different products. But some people don't understand it because they don't know how to make different products that have their own ID, own testing, all that separate from each one. They don't understand that. They just lump them all into one test and say, oh, they all do the same thing. Then what am I getting here? They all do the same thing. What's the difference between this, and that, and that? Yeah, there you go. They don't understand how companies work. And the other guy sat there and said, oh, he must be a scammer. He makes stuff too fast. Just because I can make stuff at a rapid level and you can't, doesn't make me a scammer. It's just I'm better skilled than you are. Just like if we were basically going to do what? Little running at the end of the day, I can run farther than you at the end of the day. I'm in better shape at the end of the day. So yeah, it doesn't mean that I'm cheating. It's just I'm in better shape. I'm fit. I work out. Can't sum it up to that. If you can't do it, then that means that's you lacking, not me lacking. We've been doing this for years. I've been doing this far before half these people are on YouTube making multiple different products. That's why we got like 12,000 video demonstrations in Climber, probably higher than that now. All the stuff we've just been pumping out left and right. So yeah, I'm used to making multiple different versions of technology. While they still have the same stuff. It does the same thing. Nothing different. We have options. Options. Also, too, I'm gonna see something real quick. Ugh. So that's what that comes down to. The options. We got the option field. Make this smaller version of it too. Oh. That's enough for smaller screens. They want larger screens. Mind you, these screens also can do visual effect displays on your desk. We're actually working on one of them. We'll be showing that off really soon. That's going to be a cool looking screen. I'm going to show you a screen that does visual effects. So the one we got over here that has the see-through screens we have over there, you make it rain water and all that stuff, you're actually building a small screen like that you can set up on your desk and do all kinds of visual crazy effects with it. I'm going to do more than just project off a wall. That doesn't satisfy me just to project off the wall. I feel we can do much, much more. When I develop this technology, it is not to impress those at the end of the day that are full of hatred. We don't care about your opinion at the end of the day. What we do here is to basically to show people at the end of the day that they don't have to spend all this money for these screens in the day. If you feel that we do this for just to show off to you for some kind of, it's nothing to do with competition. You gotta grow up. You guys are like little kids at the end of the day. They are. Or we gotta challenge the King's Challenge. Please grow up. Seriously. You got kids at the end of the day. Show a little dignity, okay? King's Challenge. Get out of that dumb nonsense. I got work to do at the end of the day. I ain't no time for no King's Challenge. Tired of doing that dumb nonsense. I was building a 250-inch screen in my backyard. You're talking about some King's Challenge nonsense. God, where did he find these people? Kids, little kids at the end of the day, don't know how to run a business properly. Some King's Challenge. You gotta be kidding me. All right, challenge for you. Make a screen with at least 60 tests attached to it that actually freaking work. There's a challenge for you. All right, let me see. Here, and this one we have with the nice colors on it. Yeah, this one with the nice colors. There we go. Oh my goodness! I don't have time for that dumb nonsense. I got work to do. So now I'm happy with my results. We got a screen that can fire up off the desk. I just literally said that in the garage. We need a screen to work on portable projectors to fire off a desk. Now, you know what the hard part is? Trying to get a screen to read off the table. Because you know what? I got these heavy lights over top of me. I got these UFO lights on top of me. These lights are far brighter than any environment I've ever been in. These things are so bright in here, I get headaches in this environment. So I have to wear yellow sunshade, like I said, to function in here. Because the lights are literally that bright in here. It hurts my eyes to be in here sometimes. It's needed because, again, we need to be in the most harshest environment we can be in because I need to see this technology read at these low lumen counts. We can get these things to function properly in this environment. We can get them to function anywhere. Cutting corners won't help me and it won't help my customers. It'll hurt me in the process if I cheat. See how beautiful they look with the lights out? They can reflect off a table. They generate that much light. Look at the monitor. See the monitor not reflecting off the table? See the technology we hear? That's how bright they are. That's why we call them light transfer technology, because they're designed for light to constantly transfer to the screen. You know how hard it is to get a screen to operate bright and beautiful off a 300 lumen projector, 50 lumen projector? When light is constantly transferring through the screen, and right there we go. So yeah, there's light constantly transferring through the screens. as a monitor. Most of the times when I watch demonstrations involving screens that transfer light, it's always dark in the back and light up in the front. Because the problem they have with light transfer to the back, it fades the screen out to the front. That's why they have it dark in the back. These screens are designed to transfer light. That's why we have them stuck in those boxes at the end of the day to make sure they run. See? They can run right next to a monitor with no problem whatsoever. That's why we put them through those things at the end of the day. That's why we have in all this hype, this lightning, well-lit environment. Because again, as I said before, even if we do use, we can't use grays in here. Grays don't work at all, period. It won't function at all, period. Even if we were to make it into an invisible technology, it still wouldn't run. You know why? Contrast is missing. We have to have the contrast. It's very important that we have that contrast in there. It's a definite 100% must. We have to have that contrast. But the contrast, the screen has an extremely high failure rate, which means the ambient light rejection will not work on this at all, period. Trust me, I've tried to make a gray screen with this. It doesn't work. It will not function correctly. That's why you don't see any light gray gunmetals. You don't see any of them. They don't exist because, again, they have to make them darker. It's a requirement. The contrast is extremely, extremely important. And the heavier the contrast level, the better the screen. But that's not the biggest problem right now. The biggest problem for people who have gray screens is that 15% over there. That 15% is a nightmare for a gray screen. Mind you, the quantums over here can easily blend into a gray screen with no problem. Easily. I do that every day. I show that off every day. But the 15% over here is something completely different. A 15% of the tile technology can literally make a gray screen unwatchable. It can make them dark. Those are color balances off. Makes the screen look dingy. You see it in the demonstration. It's a black screen that reads a white level literally that high. All this stuff you see in front of you is like 15%. None of this stuff is done. This is all test stage. So imagine when the screens peak at 100%, what they'll be able to do. I got people already setting up on giving us designs on how they want to customize their gaming setups, their work setups under this technology. Pretty soon we'll be able to map out your desk. You send us a picture of your desk, we can map it out. My buddy will 3D print the whole entire system to your desk, which means your tabletop will be a screen. Your wraparound system, whether you want it mid, you want it high, you want it full exposure, they'll be able to do all that. It'll already be coded and embedded with that technology. You'll be, you'll be inside of a pod. Actually, one of the things I looked at as a pod, I do want a pod desk. I want one. That would be so sick. Because then I could change out the weather over top. Oh man, I'll tell my buddy about that. He's like, oh, that is so freaking sick. We got to do something like that. Call them pod desks. That'd be pretty cool. Now, somebody may want to say, I'm going to get that idea too. Yeah, we don't care. You know why? Because you don't have my technology at the end of the day. We know what the failure rate would be if you don't pull that off right. These lights in here will kill your screen in a hot second. We know that from the door. So, it makes a difference what we mentioned. But the problem is that they can't read through sunlight. You're going to have to be able to read through sunlight in order to do that because, mind you, these lights in here are really super harsh. They'll wash the screen out in a hot second. So, yeah, it'll take you years and years and years to even catch up to where we're at. And by then, who knows where we'll be at by then. Within a year by now, who knows what we'll be engineering. We'll probably be beyond this. But until then, we got a lot of cool stuff to design. Because I'm getting one of those pod stations. I'm definitely getting me one. That'd be the ultimate work cubicle at the end of the day. Because again, it'd be fantastic. You'll be in your own little world of relaxation. You can turn it into a meadow. You can turn it into, some people like rain that relaxes them. You can turn it into an ocean. Oh man, there's stuff we could do with that. And it would be projector mapping application technology. Which would require projectors of that small to do it. That's where the future is at, man. These small portable projectors is where the future is at. Mind you, imagine if you had a ultra short throw. like the Epson LS800, about the size of that box. I've seen that thing. It's a piece of furniture. You stick some table legs on it and put a table on top of it. It's literally a piece of, it's huge. The P2 is freaking huge. I don't want anything that big. I want that monstrosity staring me in the face all day long. That's why we got these screens we're designing that fit over that, to hide that thing, so you can basically turn your projector on and give it a real TV-like experience. That's what we're going to be working on. So that's so when you come in the door, you can click your screen and it comes up like a big TV, just like a TV, but except your projector sitting behind you. See the projector comes up on the screen, and here's the kicker, the best part of it all. You don't have to spend money for an expensive projector for contrast, because the screen is black. That means your projector will always have the Infinity 1 level, no matter what projector you use. Isn't that fantastic? So you're being projecting on some wall in the day. What's your paws ain't perfectly flat? You know, ultra short those required to lay on actual perfectly flat walls. If not, you get something called a ripple effect that pops up on your screen. I had a customer contact me one time. They thought something was wrong with the lens on the projector. I said, no, your walls are flat. That's how you'll find if your walls are flat. Hit it with an ultra short throw. An ultra short throw will tell you whether your walls are flat. This surface is perfectly flat, which means you will hit a flat image no matter what. And you can project the sizes at 150, because they can do it on our technology, because that projector over there, Kadoosh, only does 80 inches, and we got it to 150 inches in a fully lit environment. At $60 for that projector. It's only designed to do 80 inches. So with that being said, with the bigger projectors, the big boy projectors, we can easily get 150, 160 out of those with no problem. There you go. Now, question on people say about motorized projection screens. What's the advantage of black technology on a motorized projection screen? Plenty. Gray screens, white screens, whatever, you're going to lose 2 inches of your border automatically. You don't get. And you're lucky if you actually get 100 inches, because most likely in most screens, you don't actually get 100 inches. You get way less than that, because they take away a percentage of that for the border, and they add that as a complete screen. That's why when you buy a screen, you have to look at something called the viewing area of the screen. The viewing area tells you how much of the screen you actually get a chance to view. Now, if it says 100 inches in the advertisement, this is what you got to be careful about. It may not be 100 inches. You may be getting the viewing area of maybe 92. That's what you'll be getting. The rest of it's that border, which you can't use because you can't project on, because once your projector hits it, it comes up too dark because it can't read that white light. But our technology, our customers can paint over that. They don't need it. Mind, you can adjust your border the way you want it, because your screen's 100% black. I did that with an ultra short throw projector. I painted over the whole screen, did my own border. I took 2 inches off each side. That's 4 inches I collect. 2 inches from the bottom. That's another 2 inches right there. And then I got another 2 inches from the top, which is all I need. I got 8 inches off of it. The screen that I bought was 92 inches. I got 100 inches out of a screen that was 92. Do I need a border? Why would I need one? The screen's black. I can adjust the border any size I want. That's the thing about when you have these black screen setups in here. If this was a gray screen in here, we can't do a multi-projector setup, because it's a border issue we have on the screen. Over here, because the screens are black, we can put any border we want. Any projector, any one of these projectors, any one of these projectors I have in here have an Infinity 1 attached to them now. They have a contrast level. Let's put it this way, the big eye opener here. All the projectors you see here, any one of these projectors, right? You look at the specification sheet, none of them have a 2,000,000:1 contrast, right? None of them have it, right? But the minute they hit that screen, they have a contrast level higher than a P2. Anybody willing to argue on that one at the end of the day? Because you'd be wrong on that one. So how can a P2 at 2,000,000:1 contrast compete with a projector with 1,000:1 contrast that's hitting a screen that has an Infinity 1 sitting on top of it? Which means if I take a P2 and I stick it on a gray screen and activate that 2,000,000:1, and I take one of these projectors and hit one of these screens and hit a star fill, who's going to pick the star fill up better? It'll be the black screen. So why in the world would I spend $3,300 for a projector at the end of the day when I can spend $60 over there? And with the enhancement technology these screens do, they make 720p, so absolutely incredible. Like I'm using a 300 lumen and a 50 lumen. I'm running a 50 lumen right now in a fully lit environment off a PlayStation 4 of the Flex system. Yep, that's what it comes down to, people. I keep telling people over and over again, I can't say it enough, it's the screen. People go out and they buy these projectors, they go, you buy all the bells and whistles and stuff, and you literally believe that that projector is going to give you all those bells and whistles. You're not seeing any of that stuff. You're going to be kidding me. You're not seeing that at the end of the day. It's like if you go to my projector shop, I will cut your projector in half, because what's the point of giving you the whole thing? Oh, you will pay for the whole thing, but you're not going to be to use the whole thing. And for some people saying, but that's not true, I do use the whole projector. All right, I got one for you. Turn your lights on, put on a star field level, and see if you actually can see your whole entire contrast level they give you on your projector. So you can read it. And if you're in the back of your mind, if you have to turn out those lights, if it even crosses your mind one time, it didn't cross my mind to turn the lights out, we don't have to. But it crosses your mind one time that you have to turn out the lights to improve your color and contrast, your image, you got half a projector. There it is right there. So you got a projector, go do the demonstration. You probably already did it already. Turn your lights on. Because that's the first thing people do when they get a projector. They'll turn the lights on thinking they can use it like a TV, because that's what advertising. TV projector. And you turn your lights on. Sorry about that. And what happens? Your screen washes out. That's why when I go to YouTube and I do the whole YouTube field trip, we don't find anybody operating in our environments. Everybody's sitting in dark environments. So you already know that answer already. Can't turn your lights on, your screen will wash out. So you got half a projector. That's what you got. You go in the store and buy a projector, like, yeah, I like to get that P2 over there. And they open up the box, and I'm like, wait a minute, what the frick is only half a projector in here? And contact them, like, wait, I only got half a projector. Where's the rest of it? You don't need it. I mean, you can't use it. There's just no way in the world you're using that. No. 1.7 billion colors, you're not even going to come close to that. What kind of screen you got? You got a gray screen, we should be taking a little bit more from that. You got a white screen, to take a little bit more from that. That's all you get. You mean to tell me I can't find one demonstration on this projector in a fully lit environment? I'm trying to find something to match the promo. I asked this about last month. Anybody with that machine, show me what 2 million to 1 looks like on that projector. Show me a fully lit environment. Show me a star field. I want to see what that 2 million does on a gray and white screen. Show me. I haven't seen it yet. Do you need me to get my hands on it and do the test? Because it'll be brutal. It'll be embarrassing. I'll take that thing outside and play around with it. You know we do the projectors when we take them outside. Well, Optima GT 5500 beat the crap out of a P2 and P1 because we were able to take it outside at 140 inches and display a star field, colors, the whole 9 yards, everything. And yet people who pay that much money for that projector can't go outside. The person I get it, it's not meant to be outside. Okay, it's not meant to be outside. That's your excuse at the end of the day. You'll get your stick with it. How about this? How about you lighten up that environment? Heck, stick that screen over by the window. Let's see what the 2 million to 1 does. Matter of fact, there was only one person. I take that back. There was one person that did it. He actually turned on the lights and that projector washed out. Now, am I saying the P2 projector doesn't work? It does work. It works perfectly fine. Just like all the machines we have in here work perfectly fine. They just don't work if they're on the wrong screen. Like that 50 lumen projector, we put it right over there against that screen. That thing doesn't work on a gray and white screen. It doesn't function. Only works on our technology. That's what it comes down to. Your screen plays a big part of how your projector functions. You do what I did many years back. I believed that my projector's bells and whistles was going to fix my problem, and it didn't even come close to it. Can't always get what you want. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Just got to get the right screen. So you mean the people? That fellow has that P2 projector. We didn't get one demonstration on that thing yet in a fully lit environment. I'm not talking about no washed out colors. You see the colors are washed on it. I want to see contrast. Nothing but contrast. Not them Christmas tree lights at the bottom. None of that nonsense. If you're going to do a screen, do a halo system. Put your screen in the middle of all that light that you do. Not no cell phone ring light, 6,000K of white light. That's what you put in. Man, I get headaches on looking at that thing. Fully lit environment. I want to see what that thing does. I don't want to see any lights spotted in the background. I want an area so well lit that lights can't even fire up in. You see my lights we have in here? If I turn these lights on, they cancel out. They don't even operate in here. Here, the ones around my desk don't even run. So if that's the case, I want to see this thing in a TV-like environment. What I don't like is when I watch these demonstrations of people who take the TV and put it in a projector's environment. Please stop doing that. That is really embarrassing. That monitor right there does not need to be in a dark environment. Why would it need to be in a dark environment? It's a monitor. Yeah, that's the problem. And they go, look, I've seen a couple of people do that one. I'm not saying just him. I've seen a couple of people do that have well-respected channels do that, and I just could not stop laughing. And I said, why is the TV in a projector environment? Yeah, don't. That's embarrassing. Put it in a fully lit environment. Let me see. See my vest, see my vest. I want to go with let me see. Oh, see my vest. Now watch this. Lights come on. Doesn't change it. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it doesn't affect it at all. We're at 300 lumens. And it doesn't affect it. So now we got the option now to send this information back to my buddy who does all the printing and stuff like that, and say, hey, look, we got it. We got a screen that we can literally replace a monitor for your desk. I mean, instead of you spending all this money for portrait setup screens, how much money portrait setup screen? You can have your portrait setup screen, and it'll be extremely affordable. Can you do portrait on these projectors? Yeah, you can. Watch. Grizzly bear, I don't care. Let me see where we at for the landscape. Let's do portrait. How do you know? Portrait. Easy. That easy. So yeah, you can run portrait off this little tiny projector. Just like so. Just like, whoops. Oh, you're not falling over. Pay way too much money. I only paid $40 for you. Still, at the end of the day, it's still money. But yeah, we got to make a stand for this. I'm going to make a stand for this today for my portrait. I'm going to do portrait on here. Oh yeah, we're going to definitely do portrait. And see, at the bottom, the vents are at the top. So here, no vents right there. See, no vents? So the heat blows from there, but there isn't no heat at all, period. Now I want portrait now. I have changed my decision. I'm changing out my setup to portrait. I like this. I like it. I freaking love it. Got to build me a stand for it now. Not hard to do either. I'm going to go over to, let me see. So to build me a stand for it, I'm going to have to make it a little bit bigger. But I'm definitely going to change out and do a portrait. Oh, I can do a thin one too, a nice thin one too. That'd be cool too on top of that. All right, let me see. I'm gonna go over here to my page here, and let me see. Vertical screensavers. I freaking love it. I'm doing vertical. I'm changing out. If someone's asking about that too, now I got to do a demonstration on that. Well, not now. I got some business I got to take care of. But someone's asking us about that, about doing vertical screens. And now, I ain't a bad idea because the Cumies, like I said, these are the best projectors for all this stuff. Look at my white levels. Watch this. These are my white levels on this technology. Kaboom! White levels are freaking super bright on here. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing that now. Let's go to back. Back. Definitely going to be doing that. Display. Portraits. Landscape. See? Easy. Those projectors are fantastic. We got portrait on this one, the small one, the Magsonic, but the Cumies are better, way better. Because again, like I said, if I want to put this projector behind it, I can change it to rear projection, where these can't change your rear projection. You'll be in mirror mode all day long with your letters going in the opposite direction. These projectors are perfect, and they're super affordable. You can get these for under $100. Now, this one I got for 40 because this is a Cumi 2. This has 3,000 lumens. It's more than enough power because we can run at 50 lumens with no problem. That's a 50 lumen projector running. So we have more than enough power to be able to run that. The Cumi 5 is a Cumi 3. I don't know what the Cumi 3s are. But the Cumi 5 is actually 500 lumens, which is, again, that's overkill for us, especially for a desk setup. It still works to put in an eco mode to make a difference. But that's a 1080p unit. So I want to get a 1080p versus a 720p, do them side by side so we can show that off in those demonstrations. But people are asking me questions like, okay, so I want to do portrait setup, because you got some of the PC setups where they have a screen here, and they got this huge portrait screen there. You can do that. But you know how expensive portrait screens are? They're not cheap, and especially if you're going to get them in an OLED black on top of that, very expensive. You got the ones that actually turn back and forth, but those are expensive too. These things right here are going to be super, super affordable. And the projectors, since we know we got where the projectors from and we sell them, we get those projectors on eBay for under $100. This one I paid for only 40 bucks. That projector here has a 2500 to 1 contrast, which doesn't mean jack to us because those screens can read that contrast level. And this being a blue technology we have here has shifting capabilities. I want you to look at here. Now you see the black level here, and look at the black level, look at the screen that's not being hit. See the color of it? See the shifting take in? Look at the screen behind it right here. That is actually now the same color, a little darker than the screen we have here because we have light sitting on top of it. That's a shifting technology. Now the reason why the blue screen is being tested, because again, there's different color screens we want to build and design, and we want the technology to shift and change its contrast level, even though the screen is basically yellow, blue, green, purple, orange, whatever. And why we need different color screens? Because these screens come up for technology we're working on in the future, on basically for you big football fans out there or sports fans in the day and would like to have a screen to match your man cave or the color of the team that you support. That's what we're also working on. So that's why it's favorite. When you got people out there are nickel and diamond and crying about the stuff we're displaying. We are building big stuff at the end of the day. We got plans for big technology at the end of the day. They don't think on our level. They only complain about what they see. What do I see on camera? Never worry, or don't worry about the things you can see. Worry about the things you can't see. There you go. Now you understand. So imagine all the stuff we're working on that you don't even know about. You wouldn't even know about half this stuff if we didn't tell you about it. So with that being said, that's for the naysayers. That being said, having a technology that light can transfer through it, and you can have Eagle Screen, which we're going to be contacting them. I'm definitely going to be reaching out to them. That's why I want to make sure all my stuff is locked down, everything is protected, so we can send them out a sample screen to see if they like it, if we know they are, and we can basically show Eagle's demonstration, show, look, we can have a color of your team to match our screens. And that way we get that permission to have that NFL logo we can put on it. That would be sick, which means they're going to get a percentage of that, which we don't mind getting a percentage. I don't care. I don't mind that at the end of the day. As long as I can use your logo, whatever you have, we'll pay you. No problem whatsoever. We'll give you a percentage of it. And those screens are going to sell like hotcakes. Because now every person who's a hardcore sports, or even if you're not hardcore sports, you're going to want to have one of those screens to match your man cave. They need the color of your team. They'll have your border and everything around it, the whole 9 yards. And again, no expensive projectors required, no dark environments. But when you're trying to watch the game or the Super Bowl we are watching today, I don't want to watch the game in a dark environment. Do that in a fully lit environment, especially next to this technology. How much you pay for your projector? Like 50 bucks, under $100. Didn't really need to buy it. This guy made this screen at the end of the day. Doesn't allow me to spend money for expensive projectors. Save me a ton of money. You can go buy yourself some good football, some jerseys, or whatever you want to have to hook up your man cave. I got some family. Actually, got some family and friends that are hardcore Dallas. They're asking for blue screens. Yeah, that's kind of what we're working on. We got that coming up pretty soon. We have 3 different versions of blue. And these are wallpaper tile screens. They're going to be gorgeous. So there's a whole lot of stuff we're working on. Gamers requested different color screens. I'm with that. I want a different color screen, to tell you the truth. If I'm building me a Cyberpunk PC, I want a yellow and blue screen to match my Cyberpunk PC. So that's fantastic for modders at the end of the day too. Instead of having some black monitor like this to stare at all day long, you can have a screen that's color coded to your projector or to your PC setup. Anywhere we want to go. I love the fact that this thing pulls up like this, and I can see everything so crystal clear. The text, everything, I can see it all crystal clear from where I'm at. The monitors give me such horrible headaches, they do. This is going to be a game changer for this office building, for any office building we go into, to have these screens set up that you can work on these machines. And mind, you can take the projector with you. Dante, you're not taking your office monitor with you and taking it home and watch a movie, but you can take that projector and watch a movie. That's what I'm talking about. The option field. The option field is saying, hey, look, you know, I'm down here at the office. I'm going to take my projector home and watch a movie off of it. Or bring it back to work. Because it's portable, you can take it anywhere you want. So you can use it at the office. You can use it for gaming. You can take it home and watch a movie off of it. All with this flex technology. Gamers at the end of the day, they can hook up a nice machine. You can I got one coming that's already pre-built. It's not cardboard. I'm going to put the screen on the outside to show you how we do that one. Actually, I did a small prototype of one. But I'm hook it up to the side of your PC. Hook it up on the back of your PC. It'll make a difference. Got a little stand. You can set it right there, and you can game right there. Some people like the fact of gaming off the PC and you can see all the lights and stuff pushed to the screen as they game off of it. Yeah, it's fun. I'm telling you. Whole different way of gaming. Bam. Just like a TV. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed. We spent a little more time on this one because, again, usually when we're doing these kind of demonstrations, we like to really show you everything. That's why I said demonstrations need to last a little longer, you know, because there's so much stuff you need to see. At the end of the day, you should be seeing, but you're not seeing. So much. I'm always left empty when I watch demonstrations. I really am. There's just so much missing. There's so many unanswered questions I need to know. One of my biggest questions I always ask is, for goodness sakes, can you really put it in a well-lit environment? Where the frick are the contrast levels? Can I see any color balance demonstrations? No, never do. Never do. Especially when I get that gray screen. The gray screens at the end of the day, even whether it be certified or screen paints at the end of the day, they go and they put it right next to a white screen, and that's not really impressive at the end of the day. It really isn't. Number one, the reason why it's not impressive, and you know, it's going to burst some bubbles here, some people get mad over this, but the reason why I don't find it impressive when a gray screen goes against a white screen, neither one of you can see contrast. Neither one of you can operate in fully lit environments. That's why I don't find it impressive. You can't read the contrast level. We're watching Star Wars. They're having a dogfight right in outer space. We all know outer space is black. You're not picking up black. That's not picking it up. That's not picking it up. I'm still not getting black at the end of the day. And if your suggestion is to calibrate or go in and buy a more expensive projector, that's a turnoff for me. I already spent money already. I don't want to spend any more money. I want to see a black level. So you're not really giving me an upgrade here if I'm not seeing black. And the projector's still not going to do it. It's not going to work. So we're not upgrading at all. Being in a dark environment, trying to show a woman off wearing black makeup is not what I call, a projector that's going to be TV worthy. Because right now, that $75 projector, $75 screen over there I paid for, that can do better than a P2. I can watch the Starfield with all the lights on. So, yeah. So, question. You know, I got people who have high-end projectors, and I always ask them, what do you do with the contrast? They turn it off. Sorry about that. They turn it off. You don't need it. Why would you need it on? And that's what I told you. It's something you pay for that you will never use. Never ever use it. Use it on a white screen, the contrast is going to be poor. Use it on a gray screen, a little bit better, but still poor. You're not picking up 1% black. Use it on a gunmetal screen, you spend $3 to $5 grand for, you still can't read it. Because again, they're not black. So by the time you hit a physical black screen, what do you do with that? You turn it off, which means you paid for something you'll never use. Well, the problem is the projection screens don't know that. The projector companies. Now, mind you, if all screens are black, would you be paying for contrast? No. Instead, your projectors would have a white level aspect ratio. Well, not aspect ratio, but a white level rating. And you'd be like a 3,000 to 1 white level, 4,000 to 1 white level. You'd be in that category, but you wouldn't have any contrast. That's how they would probably make them. All right, well, I'm happy with my test I have here. I got a lot to see. Can see a lot of stuff on here. Definitely got to be ordering some more plexiglass for different sizes. And we have to make sure every time we get these sizes, we have to go to the post office and find out how much it's going to cost to ship it, stuff like that, because we want to make it so that we continue giving out free shipping to our customers. As for me, yeah, I'm swapping my screen out. Man, look at that, man. I love this. I love this cyberpunk stuff at the end of the day. Look at that. Well, you still have the balcony there, so I can't really get jacked up on that. But I like the concept of this. This is beautiful. See how the camera's fluctuating because the screen is generating that much light. This is beautiful. Most people look at this and think, all right, that's cool. In the back of my mind, I'm analyzing the entire environment because I'm used to doing it. I'm used to going and looking at people's setups and analyzing their entire environment, trying to see if they're light dodging in there, if these lights really needed in that section, what light should be near the screen, why are the curtains halfway open in one section and the other section is way open because that keeps any light from actually hitting the screen to begin with. There's all kinds of stuff. It's like a world's water effect every time I walk into someone's demonstration. So I analyze all this stuff in there. Which I'm curious the most, like how do you keep the water from blowing on all the electronics? There's a whole bunch of electronics right there at the front. A whole bunch of them. So how do you keep that from getting wet? Is there some kind of force field system? Which that would be pretty cool if there's a force field up there and you could see the rain. Maybe you can stick your hand through the force field and touch it. Or maybe it can't come in. I don't know, it's just crazy. It's weird to think about this. That's how my mind functions. I'm always analyzing how does this work or how to advance and make it better. But that's freaking cool. Oh, really? That has a gate around it, so a railing around it, because that last one I saw, I was like, well, I guess you must have a, I don't know. I can't explain that one. This is where I started studying nuclear fusion, because curious, looking at these lofts that are floating in the air, how would they maintain the loft to stay in the air? You can't use solar. Eventually your batteries will die and this thing's going to come out of the sky and that's not going to go well. And there's no balloon flotation around it. Remember, balloons lose air after a while, so there's a problem right there. Which is interesting. Because that's how the cities were floating over in the whatchamacallit. They must have kept hot air blowing in these balloons all the time. Like, they went down. Still, the maintenance on that would be crazy. But anyway, yeah, just looking at these floating lofts in the air, like how in the world would you maintain an object like that in the sky for that amount of longer time? Or you can't use gas. Gas is going to run out after a while. That's not going to happen. And the fumes and the smell and all that. And then for solar, like I said, sun's going to go out. It's going to be nighttime. If you got a massive battery system in there, that's pretty much, no. You need something much more stable. And I was talking about nuclear energy. And the nuclear energy, yeah, but what kind of nuclear energy would be more sufficient but less dangerous than actual nuclear energy? And they got something called fusion nuclear energy. It's less dangerous, and it can float a city. A literally can float a city for millions of years. That's how I found out about nuclear fusion, which I didn't know actually existed, because I was looking at one of these things and I was just wondering in the back of my head, how would you keep something like that afloat? And that's where I found out about nuclear fusion. See? That's what I say. My brain's always ticking on another level. If I look at something, I'm always analyzing. So I like going to the art museum. I like to go in and look at the paintings. I like to analyze the artwork. What was the artist thinking? You know, what was he imagining? What was he seeing? The different, you know, the artwork. Man, if I gotta go to the museum today. I haven't been in a while. Museum lets me relax and think. I'm analyzing the paintings. I'm just curious in the mind of the artist. What was he seeing? What is he trying to tell me? Everybody sees it differently. You have to feel the painting. Feel the painting! You're going to look at it. Oh, it's just a painting. It's not just a painting. You don't feel the painting. You don't feel the emotion of the artist and what he was trying to tell you. Wasted. Our friends like this question. It's just a painting. Like, oh, wasted. This is wasted on you. Your mind has not evolved to this level yet. All right, caveman. Let's go. Maybe walked around in there and disappear. And where'd he go? And thought about a painting, crying like a baby. It clicked. He felt the emotion of the painting. He understands. The most beautiful thing he ever saw in his entire life. Could not stop crying about that painting. It was just trapped in his head. He just couldn't stop thinking about it. There you go. Now you feel what the artist was trying to tell you. Actually had to paint it, sitting in his living room. Next, I'm going to go take him to see an opera. You're going to love that. Japanese opera. I don't understand a word they're saying, but you can actually kind of figure it out by watching it. Which how a lot of us watch anime. We don't actually understand Japanese. We can figure it out by watching it. Trying to broaden his horizon. Classical music. Like Snotsky. I don't care too much for Mozart. Beethoven's pretty good. But Snotsky's better. It's more aggressive. That's why I can. Classical music can give you a heart attack. It'll be all calm and settled. And we relax. And they do the whole Swan Lake, and it starts off all beautiful. So yeah, you have a heart attack listening to that stuff. I love it. Just don't fall asleep listening to it, because you hear that dun dun dun, because you'll turn your volume up. Everybody does that in classical music, because you can't hear it, because there'll be the soft tones, so you'll turn it up. Not realizing this thing is going to get super loud in about a few minutes, depending on exactly what they're trying to express to you in the music. And you're like, oh my goodness, dun 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 dun. Yeah, if you want to test out your sound system, classical music is the way to do it. Ugh, my goodness, man. I remember that, man. I mean, half asleep, man. Kettle drums going up in the background. Good gracious. It'll definitely wake you up. Get up out of that freaking easy chair without bending your knees. Just whoop. What kind of fish is that? And a shark into that. Anyway, we can put our time in here. I made this video a little bit longer. Show up more of this. Oh. Curious. Does Disney own the right to Marvels? No. Don't give that to Disney. Disney jacks everything up, man. I'm sorry. They got Star Wars. Yeah. Whatever. Does Disney own the rights to Star Wars? Yes, they do. They jacked it up. They jacked it up on so many levels. I don't watch anything on Disney Channel, whatever whatsoever. They jacked up Star Wars so badly. They're just so off record on there. They just did too much, man. They just did too much with it. Did too much. Some of it's good, but no. Whatever. Sorry, people. I come from the era of the original Star Wars. I went to the movies to see The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So, yeah, not a big fan of it. I think that's the last. No. That other one they had with Jar Jar Banks in it was which is pretty much insulting at the end of the day. But also, too, on top of that, it was a long, boring. It was so boring. I couldn't get to that. Was it Phantom Menace? I think it was. Oh, good gracious, I hated that one. Awful. Star Wars fans like, it was amazing. It was the amazing thing I've ever seen. I'm in forum sites, so I know this stuff already. Just like the Batman forum sites. People, seriously, you too hung up on Batman. I got people that are freaking incensed with Batman. No, I mean, understand, he does not have superpowers. I would like to see him and Tony Hawk go at it. Is it Tony Hawk? Tony Stark. Sorry, Tony Stark go at it. Because even mine, think about it. All right, the difference between them two is he actually builds his own weapons. Iron Man actually builds his own weapons. Batman technically doesn't build his weapons. He has, Wayne Enterprises. They own those weapons. Because remember what happened when he lost everything and Wayne Enterprise came in and claimed their stuff? He doesn't own any of that stuff. It's owned by Wayne Enterprises. They got a board of directors and all that stuff. They can vote him out, whatever. Yeah, but anyway. He doesn't build his own weapons. So you got to take all the people at the end of the day that are supposed to be superheroes that are basically don't have special abilities. They're not mutants. And see which one of those will come out on top. I would love to see Iron Man versus Batman. I would love to see. I think that'd be, now that's what I would go see. I would definitely go see this. Iron Man versus Batman. Like wits against brains and brute strength. I want to see that. Now, I do believe Batman would definitely kick his behind if it was hand-to-hand combat, because Batman's trained. He would definitely kick the crap out of Tony Stark. Yeah, no problem with it. But, on the other hand, when it came to weapons and machinery, yeah, he got him. Iron Man got him easy on that. He built a Hulk Buster. He built something to fight the Hulk. A Hulk would have destroyed Batman easily. Yeah, so you got to think about it. That's pretty interesting. That's why I had that huge argument, Batman versus Superman. Come on, really? Seriously, Superman? Are you talking about the strongest being on the planet? Superman. Really? They dumbed that down. I didn't like the movie because they dumbed it down. They dumbed it down to make it so like Batman could take him. You gotta mind you, he can X-ray the planet. You can basically figure out that he's definitely. You can look through his freaking armor and tell that he's freaking Bruce Wayne. You can see everything through his X-ray vision. So how would he not know? You know, mind you, Batman has to get to his weapons first. Superman can travel through time. You seen the one where he basically spun the earth around? Yeah, so you can just go back in time and just take him out. Easy. Or, like I said, he can see right through his mask. You can tell who he is and just keep it quiet. Like, okay, he's Bruce Wayne. I'll get him at a board meeting. And take out the whole building. What's he going to do? He could have easily executed that a long time. People say, oh, yeah, no. Let's get in reality. If you were Superman, I was Batman, you look at him like, okay, I know who you are. I'm going to get you on your off day. I'm going to catch you when you're sleeping. But you're going to be at a board meeting one day, talking about Wayne Enterprise. I'm going to come crash through your window, grab you, take you up in outer space, and drop you. That's it. End the fight. That's in there. Credits coming up. That's it. That'll be the shortest movie ever. Batman versus Superman. And you just see Bruce in there talking some trash to freaking how he's going to take out freaking Superman. Superman like, okay, whatever. This idiot at the end of the day. I'm just going to squash him real quick and be done with it. Just throw him into the sun. That's pretty much where he's going. And then the first time they meet up, he's going to scan him and go, oh, he's human. Okay. It's a man. That's all it is. All right, I'll take care of this. And then Bruce Wayne will be in there going into business meeting and say, well, what we got to do here is change the stock to this, that, and the other. And that, that sucker just come crashing through a window, pick him up, take him into outer space because he's a human at the end of the day. He can't survive in outer space. He'll suffocate. That's it. Or drop him in the bottom of the ocean and hold him down there. It had been over already. Credits been popping like, wow, that's it? Shortest movie ever. Like, wow. Somebody come back like a Tyson fight. Go to get something to eat, come back, fight's over. Like, what happened? Like, he killed him. Like, how? How else do you think he did? He took him out of space. He suffocated. He doesn't have that equipment on him at all, period. Remember when was it? The Joker, whoever it was, somebody was raiding one of the mansions. They're having a party, and he had a hidden door he went through to get into his gear. What if they got to him before he could get to his gear? And then another problem he has is time. He's not immortal, so he's going to age. He is eventually going to die. He has the worst, unless he's figured out how to become immortal, which he's not. And they laugh about that. You ever seen they laugh about, hey, we're going to go fly over here, and they go, take a flight. Even one of them flies, which is curious. Why does she need a jet that flies when she actually flies? Baffling, isn't it? And technically, the jet isn't invisible if they can see the pilot driving the plane, flying the plane. So how would it be invisible? Because you look up, you see this person flying across. That doesn't make it invisible. She would have to be invisible, and the plane would have to be invisible for them not to see her at all. It's still technically, you can see it because she's not invisible. Yeah, people didn't really... Yeah, I go to these forum sites, man. It's hilarious. It's really hilarious. But the guy brought it up when the one guy said something about Wonder Woman being an invisible jet. She got an invisible jet. He's like, no, she doesn't have an invisible jet. How could she have an invisible jet if she's not invisible? That means you can still see her. You see this person that's flying across the sky without a jet, and you're saying, oh, there's a woman flying a plane without a jet because she's not invisible. So how would that even work? And then she flies on top of that. So why would you even need a jet to begin with? That's like Superman. Superman literally has a rocket to travel. What would he need that for? He can't suffocate in outer space. He's immortal. He can walk on the ocean floor if he wants to. So why would he need a rocket? And this man can travel through time. Remember, he can spin the earth around. There you go. It's just some of the stuff you got to think about. It just baffles my mind. This is the forum site I'm in. It's just hilarious when the guys come up with some crazy songs. You know, I never thought about that. There's some mind openers in there. Like Batman's parents weren't smart. They weren't. The fact that Batman came out that intelligent baffles me. But his parents were idiots. First things first, you're worth billions of dollars. Why the freak would you walk down the darkest alleyway in Gotham City? Gotham City is a city full of crime and violence and whatever, and you, knowing everybody knows who you are, Wayne Enterprises, even the robbers know who you are, and you choose to walk down the darkest alleyway you could possibly think of in Gotham and don't expect to get robbed. You had no bodyguards. You would think you had bodyguards. You had no weapons on them, no hand-to-hand combat training, any kind whatsoever, nothing. And she's got pearls on him, and he's dressed, when you tell the suit he has on, it's expensive. And they know they got money. So of course they got robbed. And somebody brought that up, and I was like, huh, that is a good point there. It can't be that intelligent if you're walking down a dark alleyway. Would you walk down a dark alleyway covered in jewelry and whatever? No, you wouldn't think that. Walk down it. You'd be crazy to do it. You would have at least a bodyguard or two on you at the end of the day with that kind of money. Your face is splashed. That's like somebody like how can I say? I don't want to use him because I'm not a big fan of him. Rockefeller, the Rockefellers. That's like one of them walking down over in Detroit. People know where they are. They know they got money at the end of the day. I mean, the odds of you not getting robbed is going to be very rare. The odds of you not getting robbed anywhere is really rare at the end of the day because you're just you're just asking for it. Usually people like that have security, they have armed guards around them. You see Michael didn't walk around without security. Michael had literally had an army around him all the time. Because if he didn't have an army around him, the crowd would have tore him to pieces. They were that obsessed with Michael. They'd have ripped out his hair. They had to rip his clothes. Yeah, they were that obsessed with him. He had to have literally an army around him when he moved around. So yeah, this is a person. Again, if you ever watch from Michael, when he would shop at the mall, he had to wait until late at night when the mall was closed, and that's when he would shop. He would go in there with the owner, and whatever stores he chose, they just keep them late open for him. He would go in and pick out what he wanted. He couldn't shop like everybody else. He can't walk through any place. He's famous. They would kill him. There are people obsessed with him and all that crazy. He couldn't walk through an area like that. His life would be in danger. So again, having that kind of power, and you know they were known in Gotham as being the superpowers of having all that money. Yeah, that's crazy. My buddy bought that. I was like, huh, I never thought about that. Yeah, his parents weren't too smart. That's why if you look at this guy called Ace something, I forgot his name is, he talks about the superhero, we use these voices fine. It's just kind of hilarious. I don't like the cursing too much, but it's hilarious when he talks about, yeah, Wonder Woman and Superman are busting on Batman about how they're surprised he came out that intelligent, and his parents were like super stupid. And he was like, what do you mean my parents were stupid? He said, well, think about it. Your parents are the richest people in Gotham. Everybody knows who they are. And they chose the darkest alleyway in Gotham, a crime-ridden city, to walk down after coming out of the opera. And no security guards, and no hand-to-hand combat. He wasn't even carrying a weapon. Yeah. Not a smart move. So his parents weren't intelligent. Oh, my goodness. If I was known like that at the end of the day, I would have armed security all around me all the time. You know, this one. All right, let me get my what's come back here. I go off topic a little bit in some of these videos. But get back. I got my promos already done, so I already did them already. They're finished. I got to go upload them to the other accounts and get them done. Something else I want to check on here real quick. Ooh, what are you? What are you? I like these games like this. These are games I like. Zombieville 3D. Ooh. Oh, man. Yes! How much they won for it? Oh, heck yeah. I love games like this. These are the games. I love games like this. I'm not into, like I said, the new games. I like this kind of stuff. Look at this, man. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. I like this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love these games like this. These are the games I like co-op online. Oh, man. This is going to be so much fun. It's available now. I'm gonna go get it. Okay. Put my UFOs on. I'm gonna call my lights for now on the UFOs. That game looks amazing. I love games like this. This is my thing at the end of the day. I love games like this. Oh, you got freeze rays, got all these weapons. I need a ton of weapons with this. You modify your weapons. $10. It's only $10. That's it. That game is $10. And it just came out too. It's $10. A single player and co-op. And we can use Xbox controllers. Oh, I can use my PlayStation controller and I can use PS5 controllers. But I like my Xbox controller. Yeah, basic PC specifications, nothing. I can run off my stuff here. Not a problem. Alright people, this is where I close up shop. And I still got more demonstrations to do today, but I had to go real detail with these because again, we couldn't do these in a recording because that explains so much about what we're doing here with these. But pretty soon, we are going to have a new set of screens. These are the prototypes, and pretty soon we have some much larger ones because right now, I'm trying to figure out what size would be a great size. I do want to do a screen size that we can do portrait and landscape back and forth. So I'm going to try 12 inches by 18. Let's see where we go from there with that one. And we'll do that one too. Next. Okay. Alright, well, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. Of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with amazing technology, because if it weren't for Him, none of this would ever be possible. Hope you enjoyed. Gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.